First of all, I must say that this education summit has been a wonderful experience. I've been here since yesterday, and we've got a wonderful set of participants and some very, very thought-provoking panel discussions as well as speaking sessions. So this is day 2, and I expect this day also to be as good as yesterday. The topic which was given for this session is role of innovation and technology in the field of education. So I would begin my thought process from the tagline which is there in the this month's magazine of digital learning, which says Industrial Revolution 4.0. Is India ready for Industrial Revolution 4.0 in education? So for those who are new with this concept of Industrial Revolution 4.0, this is a terminology which was coined by Carl Schwab, who is the chairman of World Economic Forum. He wrote a wonderful book which is Industrial Revolution 4.0. So the Industrial Revolution 1.0 was sometime around the beginning of 18th century when steam engine was invented, and that really brought in this power of steam into whatever we do, and the human power as well as animal power could become actually multifold with the use of steam. The second industrial revolution was when this whole line of production came in again towards the second half of 19th century, when electricity was invented, when electromagnetic waves were invented, communication was invented, and internal combustion engine was also invented. So that was when there was a huge transformation in the whole world, where this entire combination of electricity, communication, magnetism, and this entire line of production brought in a transformation. Industrial Revolution 3.0 was just about 50 years back when IT came in. That is, information technology started coming into use with miniaturization of electronic circuits. And then we could build these very large computers into very, very small machines. And also in some ways we could connect these computers together to talk. And that brought in this huge, again, transformation in the way world works. Currently, it is expected that we are at the threshold of Industrial Revolution 4.0, wherein this new tools, which is artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, Internet of Things, robotics, all these things are now combining, and also combining the electronic gadgets into the very human body, that is cyber-physical connection, which will now result in total transformation in what we do in the coming years. So Industrial Revolution 1.0 happened in Europe to begin with. Industrial Revolution 2.0 again happened somewhere in Europe and to some extent in United States. Industrial Revolution 3.0 happened more in US and then new countries like Japan. But it is widely expected that Industrial Revolution 4.0 will happen in India and China. And that is, these two countries would drive this process forward. And that's where we have a tremendous opportunity. Now, when we talk about Industrial Revolution 4.0 from the perspective of education, we also talk about Education 4.0, because 4.0 is now the buzzword of 21st century. So Education 1.0 was predating the Industrial Revolution, when there was this system of gurukuls, wherein students used to go to a teacher, especially the privileged students who used to go to a teacher, and then they used to live with the teacher in a gurukul setup. And then there was this very, very close learning in almost every aspect of life. So it was learning about life. And it was not just learning of a particular subject, a subject of physics or chemistry or maths, but it was a complete rounded learning in almost every sphere of human life. Education 2.0 almost converged with the Industrial Revolution 1.0. That is when steam engine and electricity came in, and line of productions became very, very quick. We needed this huge skilled manpower to handle this entire process. And that was also coupled with the invention of printing machines, when learning material could actually be just simply printed and then distributed in bulks. So this whole concept of textbooks came in, and the concept of universities came in, where large number of students could be brought in, given copies of printed material and textbooks, and they could then go through this entire process to make them ready to handle the industrial processes. Education 3.0 again converged something with almost in tune with Industrial Revolution 3.0, when we started using these IT tools. So we have now digital boards in classrooms, we have computer labs, we have, let's say, digitized learning material. But that's impacted in some way, but not in a very, very kind of a revolutionary way. But Education 4.0, which again we are at the threshold of it, is going to be very, very kind of personalized learning, where every individual's learning pathways or educational pathways can actually be customized. You can actually learn what you want to learn, and you need not go through this entire rigor of what everybody else is learning. And that's going to be the biggest transformation. In fact, I was in one of the panel discussions yesterday, and one of my co-panelists was talking about use of AI, and he was talking about how they are now utilizing some of the artificial intelligence tools to actually predict learning behavior, and also the learning behavior of not just an individual, but also learning behavior of a class. And when this is matured and this is harnessed, this is going to be really, really revolutionary. Because then you could actually use the power of not just machines, but also the entire ecosystem of the resources which are available to then customize a package for every single individual to the need. I mean, of course, it's easier said than done, but looking at the way things are shaping up, I'm sure that it is going to come sooner than later. In fact, I must compliment both the UGC as well as AICTE, both their representatives are here. I've been very closely in touch with both these organizations. I was also part of one of the higher education policy retreats a few months back, where there was a lot of discussion about how the education in India, especially higher education, should get transformed in coming years. And both these entities have now brought in new regulations which allow now students to do some of their credits through MOOCs, which is these two basic platforms which are available. One is SWAYAM and the other is NPTEL. So instead of what the institution offers, a part of it, UGC prescribes a limit of 20% of your credits you can actually do through MOOCs program. And I think that's one step which is a great step forward in kind of customizing education for individual needs and individual interests. And the second thing which is also happening is this entire concept of now classroom education, especially in the higher education sector, is also getting transformed. In fact, the new regulations about online education has now come in. And I can tell you some of our universities in Telangana are already working on it, to provide, we have a university, which is Osmani University, which is ranked among the top 100 in NRF and also A grade of NAC, the NAC, the previous version of NAC, because now the new version is has a different grading structure. So the new regulations allow such universities to offer online degrees. And I think that is also going to be very, very transforming in years to come. Of course, we also have some wonderful set of players in the field of education who have exhibited their offerings outside. And I was really impressed by some of them yesterday because I went around a few of them. It's really, really exciting to see this transformation which is happening, and it's also very exciting to be part of this journey forward. So I look forward to a great session today, and I'm sure that each one of us will have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.